Hey everyone, welcome back to CryptoCache. Thank you very much for joining me here. I hope you're having a great day. Let's take another look here at AAVE. I got the request here from one of our community members. I believe it was Crypto77, if I'm not mistaken. Yep, thank you very much, or 777 rather. I appreciate the request, of course. And what we want to look at here with this coin is, well, obviously the overextension, but how it performs and or it has been performing versus Bitcoin here lately, and also some back-end liquidation data. So we'll take a look at that here next, kind of get some perspective there. But if you're new to the channel, welcome aboard. We got a Trading Academy community and signals group, link down below. To all my new members here, we had a good handful coming through. Make sure you always watch and read through the trade alerts. These are very important to watch and understand specifically why I take my trades, and obviously to read through the signals guide so you know kind of the whole concept of how to trade more successfully. Anyways, take a look here at the back end liquidation data. I already got it pulled up for us. We're looking at 260 to 250 as a rough estimate for that local area of liquidation on the downside. And then of course, there's a lot from 300 to 350. So keep in mind, liquidation does help us understand incentive for price action, but also tells us that, hey, there's a lot of people shorting at this point, and that should kind of let you know that there's confidence in the price action potentially reversing itself. So with Bitcoin pulling back, I do feel like AAVE could very well start to correct itself, because if we do look here, we got liquidation long delta still in the green, but it's tapering off to almost break even. Usually that shift in momentum tells us a lot about how unsuccessful this current push higher is. And if we look at overextension and that's a contributing factor, that would help us understand that a short might be a better option than a long right now. Okay. Now, as we can kind of see here, the previous high of 293, roughly 290, has held very strong here recently. We can also recognize too that 277, 290, we're kind of in that range of open interest. So it reinforces support, but also resistance. I know it seems kind of like a double-edged sword there, but that's really the truth of open interest. Anyways, the whole point of this is that we are still looking pretty solid on for the upside, right? We got open interest, correction, this is a point of control. Roughly the same concept, just a larger time frame. So ever since May, and we've been in this range of, just say 200 to 300, we can see that the most amount of volume is at 260. So if you're going to consider a short, it seems sensible to take profit in that range or just above, so that way you're not getting too greedy, because obviously that is an area in which people have the most buying pressure or most interest, and that reinforces support. Overall, we're still over 50 in the RSI. Stochastic is swinging upwards, and money flow index is tapering off a little bit, but also quite high. So those are all favorable signs, but it's normal to see that kind of price action after you're like 15 days of just nothing but red price action. So a decent chance we do see further upside, but I think it comes with potential of seeing a pullback prior to that. That's basically what the feeling is for the whole entire market right now. Having said that, let's take a look at the 4 hour. So we got some confluence here, this golden pocket resistance range. We can also recognize our previous high here of roughly 290, kind of emphasizing that current resistance level. We can also recognize too that we're starting to swing down with stochastic and MACD, and we are also losing our RSI moving average and money flow index pulling back. So you got to recognize being above 50 on the RSI on the 4 hour is still very positive, but the overall sense here is that we're starting to see a significant momentum shift. And I do think further downside would make sense here for this coin, at least on the short term. And when I say further downside, I'm not talking about going to zero. I'm talking about like maybe better case scenario 260, more likely 270 as a close approximate of the next area of retracement. And those are just some key fib levels. We have a lot of confluence below the price action, good support. So if you're going to take a short on this coin, tight margins would be appropriate. Don't get super greedy and try to, once again, take it down to like, 200 or something like that. I think the odds of that happening is very low. So secure profits when you can. That's the important thing. Last but not least, take a look at the hourly time frame here. We still do have some confluence here, or more so just confirming factors letting us know that we're still on a decent side of the tracks, the good side of the tracks, but we're starting to break bearish. This fair value gap's almost filled, and there's a good probability we're going to see further downside. But once more, it's more of a short-term thing. I think long-term, this coin has more potential to retest 300 plus, but between now and then, 290 is that strong resistance. And just as per usual, most coins are ranging. We're probably going to see that lower range of 270 to 260 hit here soon. I hope I'm wrong and the price goes up for you if you're in a long, but just be mindful, it doesn't hurt to take profit when you can, okay? Hypothetically, you consider trading this coin. I think I'm leaning more towards shorting than a long, just based on simple numbers here. Most things are starting to stack up for a shift in momentum. All right, folks, what are your thoughts? Why don't you comment below, let me know. Join us over at Bitunix too, folks. Use my link to register. You get awesome deposit reward bonus and an awesome exchange at your back. No KYC or VPN required. Furthermore, too, we do have a Twitter, Telegram, or Discord if you want to just kind of stay abreast on anything that I'm posting. It's all kind of a good, easy feed here. Don't forget that TikTok and Telegram are options too. Anyway, thank you again so much for being an awesome part of my life. We'll see you in the next one. Take care.